Hello everyone, it is Joe here from Omnipoke, the channel that brings you guys everything Pokemon. If you're looking for PTCGO codes, including the stuff from Battle Styles, make sure you go ahead and check out the Potown store. You can get a 5% discount on your orders using that code Omnipoke. For today's video, we are going to be going over ADP-Zacian in the Battle Styles format, still proving to be one of the top contenders, and what's in front of you is the list that I've been playing for a decent amount of time. I have been making a few tweaks along the way. I think from my top tier tweaks, it's one card different, and that is adding in Oricorio-GX. I still find its value is certainly there as we have moved back towards a stamp meta quite often. Victini, Mewtwo variants, Urshifu variants, all of these decks are maining stamps now, so having Oricorio in here to help you top back up some cards in the later stages can be super clutch. So yeah, very simplistic, straightforward ADP. We know the game plan. It's good old get that Alter Creation GX going for the water and the metal to allow yourself to do an additional 30 damage to all of your opponent's Pokemon for the rest of the game, and take an additional prize card when you score those knockouts. Hopefully, if ADP has survived some attacks, you can also get the value of Ultimate Ray, which does 150 damage, and you can attach 3 basic energy from the deck to your Pokemon in any way that you like. Typically, you're going to be powering up backup Zacian Vs. That's kind of the mini goal as you go through your game. Not only do you want to get ADP online, you want to start getting some metal energies into the discard piles so you can activate your metal sources. And if ever you can get value from Intrepid Sword to draw yourself some extra cards, that's always a big deal. That's why since the inception of ADP, I have always played 4 copies of Zacian V, because Intrepid Sword leaves you with a really nice, sizable hand, and if you can hit extra energies on top of that, it's going to be such a big deal for you. And Brave Blade is just a phenomenal attack. You can do 260 after the GX buff, and we are playing Rusted Sword in here that you can even Skylar for to be able to give yourself the option to hit 290, which is enough to go through Tag Team GX Pokemon, which is excellent. Against the VMAXs, we're normally trying to just push stuff to the back, get the big things out the way so you can have an easier prize route. Alternatively, if they're not putting down Dedennes and Crobats, you can try and deal with a 1 prize Pokemon on their bench and go for a 2-shot through the VMAX. Those are the real things to bear in mind. The only real changes from Battle Stars is we get to take advantage of Escape Rope, which basically gives a gusting deck even more ways to gust and push things to the back. So yeah, pretty aggressive approach of ADP. Let's jump straight into it. I have used Oricorio many a time in this deck, and I think it's very solid. I'm also playing double Mawile. I'm not a big fan of playing Aegis/V because I'm hoping that enough people are playing Phoebe in the meta to push out Luke Metal and to push out things like Decidueye, most importantly, for the Aegis/, right? So we're hoping that that's going to mean that there's less of them about right now, and they haven't been super popular recently. I do feel like ADP is just in a really solid spot in the meta. There's slightly less Crushing Hammer than in previous formats because Eternatus is less played and Pikarom is slightly less played as well. Pikarom's still one of the top decks in the format, of course. But that opens the door for ADP to just do its main game plan, which is attach those energies, get the optimal GX attack off, and start looking for boss's orders. So we'll see what we are up against. We start off with an opponent playing Mewtwo, and they are also going to shove a Jirachi-GX into their deck. So they're either playing Mewtwo and Mew tag team, or they're playing Urshifu, probably, by the looks of things here. Both are likely to play Jirachi-GX. Urshifu is an interesting one. We could tech more for Urshifu. I know sometimes you see Mewtwo and Mew teched into the deck. Sometimes you see just a regular copy of Mew in the deck, and that can stop a lot of their game plans in the opening stages. I really like Rope here. I'm just thinking whether or not I want to make an ADP first. I think I'm going to be going ADP, Rope into ADP, because then I have the highest odds of actually getting the turn 1 GX here. Let's have a look. So I can also grab a Zacian if I want to. It seems good. I could also Crobat because I already have the research and I want discard outs for metal energies so I can activate Saucer. We've priced 3 Saucer. No. Really low odds of us hitting that turn 1 GX now. But still looking like a good Rope play here. Even if we can't get that turn 1 GX going second, we're bringing up the Urshifu, possibly making them spend awkward attacks. So rather than chasing this dream with only 1 Sorcerer in here, it doesn't feel that worthwhile. I'm just going to grab the Zacian, and I'm just going to research this, and probably end on Intrepid instead. We actually did find the Saucer, but we don't have the combo pieces. We can't discard an E-switch, unfortunately. So let's just end on the sword here. We get 2 nice attachments. That's going to really ease some of the pressure here from our opponent, because they can easily 2-shot the ADP with double Gale Thrust. So getting these early energies down is such a big deal. That's why 4 Zacian is just busted, because sometimes the sword just goes crazy and then you're in such good position. You know, we've prized 3 Saucers and we're still in good shape to, you know, take responses here. So they're forced to Air Balloon out of Urshifu, and they're going to play a Marnie. Marnie us out of Metal Energy, which is all we need for next turn, really. And lower that hand size a little bit. We do miss pretty much everything, so we're looking for top decks here. Which is a yikes. Let's see, they're going to com that Jirachi-GX back into the deck that they've drawn into once again. And they could be going for VMAX, they could be going for Dedenne or Crobat if need be. Most decks really want to limit their usage of those types of cards against ADP because they're such easy prizes with Ultimate Ray. We'll see. They're going to scoop up Net Mewtwo. They can re-establish a Marnie to the top of their deck and just end on a Gale Thrust. That seems pretty reasonable. And we're in top deck mode. Ball Search cards are good. Energy cards are good. E-Switch is good. Skylar's good. So many cards here that are good for us. Hoping not to get a brick. They actually do put down the Crobat here. Possibly want to re-establish another Urshifu. They can grab Jirachi for Stellar Wish plays next turn. Okay, just the poke. Right, nice. We draw Quick Ball. 5-card hand. Don't really want to put the Mawile into play. Especially when I already know they have a supporter. It's not like we just brick them, because we know they at least have something going for them. I will go ahead and grab Dedenne here, I think, over Crobat. Let's think. It's less cards. I could hold the Great Catcher, and that's really the only benefits. The other Mawile is still in here, so there's a chance we could get the value. And I have 2 Cherish Balls for a potential push after the Bat. So let's go Bat first, I think. Means we're going Rope Balloon. Or I could just go Balloon and 4. Because it does him a favor to move out the active. So let's just Balloon and 4 here. There's our spinners. That's nice. So we can grab Metal Energy. I have Cherish Ball for next turn to keep pushing. So yeah, let's just GX. And expect ADP to go down, unfortunately. But this hand's also probably going to get Marnied, so I didn't want to overplay it. I could have Cherish Ball proactively and just got Oricorio down to play around the Marnie a bit better. Possibly that was worthwhile, actually. They probably switch and look, or retreat, sorry, and look for Scoop Up Net for their Jirachi. It gets scarier if they can Zigzagoon and find Rapid Strike Energy here, and they can put the damage on the Zacian. Especially because we have so many prized sources. Stellar Whiff, by the looks of things. Nothing helpful. I'm going to have another Jirachi here for potentially a second stab at it. Probably looking for Dojo or an out to Zigzagoon. Quick Ball gets them Ziggy if they want to go ahead and dig now for a Rapid Strike Energy. They have that Marnie in hand again, I have to say, so they have the draw if they want it. They're tossing a boss's orders. They're going to grab Giratina just to thin, or put to the bottom of the deck. Pre-Marnie. It's kind of questionable. Pre-research, okay. So they're not going to hand disrupt us. They're just going to toss it all. That means they don't have Zigzagoon in their deck, right? Otherwise they always grab the Ziggy first. Just a Gale Thrust. Okay, so he can't go for the Rapid Flow, which is really good for us. I mean, Zacian is definitely sticking on the board for 2 turns. So I can retreat Rope, guarantee myself a 2-prize KO. Denying Mewtwo and denying Jirachi both has good value. I probably want Oricorio for some cards. What else do I want to do? Or I could just Dedenne change. Is hitting into this that good? If I hit into this guy, he probably Rapid Flows next turn these 2, and then benches an Urshifu and attaches to it. So then I have to find Gust anyway. Okay. So I should still be hitting active. Unless I can Dedenne change into Boss Crobat. I guess. If I can pull something into play with a Mawile. The only reason we really want to take prizes with Boss this turn is because we have 3 sources prized. So it's going to be really important to get a backup attack. If we make any other line here. So I don't even want any Metal Energies in the bin, I don't think. Actually, yeah, no, I don't. Let's just change it all. There is a Mawile. The hand size is huge, so I don't think there's a better time for this. Yeah, nice. We hit a lot of goons. They're going to sad face react. So now we have we do have the option to boss now, which is looking really good. We did get rid of the Great Catcher. But boss just seems solid, right? Yeah, let's just take our 3. No surprise there. Our path isn't looking easy next turn. Rope isn't win. They probably want to Marnie this hand size because it's looking pretty intimidating from their side. 7 cards on our end. So they probably will be looking to stamp or Marnie us anyway out of this hand. We're looking for switch boss. We can't do it with the hand that we're sat on, but he doesn't know that. So we'll see. What's his alternative here? Don't really know if there is too much of an alternative. He can just try and go Boss Gale Thrust to win in 2 turns. Or I guess bossing actually helps me because it means I don't need to have switch. So he may just Rapid Flow 2 here. And just play like a Stamp or a Marnie. Feels like it has to be one of those cards, though. Yeah, okay, Great Catcher. So he's playing the... Bringing up Dedenne here for a 2-prize KO. Trying to give himself Gale Thrust win next turn. Does he have any hand disruption? It feels like not disrupting my hand is really bad here, but it's actually working out well for him. Yeah, nice. Okay. So he's played around Rope quite nicely. He's going to Rapid Flow the Zacian as well for extra pressure here. It's very reasonable. So we're looking for some draws off the top here. Yeah, that one. That's the one we were looking for. Okay. Well, GX boss, you'll have to see it. Winning with 3 Soul Surprised is pretty good though. It's times like that when you think ADP is just silly, right? Just silly at times, you know? Disliking this video because I just GX bossed is super reasonable, by the way. Just saying. I won't question a higher than normal amount of dislikes on the video. For exactly that game. You do want to go first with ADP, typically. They're going to allow us to go first, which means they're probably playing Welder, or possibly something like Eggrow, a deck that equally likes to go second. We've got another amazing start here. You get the benefit of the mulligan for some information here as well. Ah, they're playing Mad Party. Okay. Typically one of ADP's stronger matchups is Mad Party. Because the GX plan is so strong against them. Well, our turn is looking pretty solid. Do I want to Oricorio? I think Oricorio can also always come down here. It's never a bad deal to put him into play. They start Dedenne. Do I want to try an early Mawile, another Dedenne down? Mawile is one of our best attackers in this matchup because it can deal with the little things for much more efficient energy than the Zacian can. I'm thinking my board is probably going to be like Mawiles, Oricorios, Bats, and Dedennes. How much do I want to push here? I want to make sure that I don't whiff the GX next turn, so I think I'm tossing Research? Maybe just bat for 2 here and see what happens. No, the hand is so... Yeah, we're fine. We're drawing cards from Intrepid. It's all going to be fine. We have so much dig next turn. We have an embarrassment of riches, basically. There's Bunny. Incense as well can fin an extra Mad Partier. That's always their goal. Get as many top hats into the discard pile, as many Dedenne as well, the baby ones, whilst establishing teapots and Bunnelbees. Alright, ton of nice ball search for them. There's your top hat hitting the discard pile early. Another Dedenne coming into play means our prize map is fairly easy for now, but they typically do play Exile to remove them from the board. A couple energies going for them early isn't the best, but so far threatening 60 damage. You can see a twin, so they can be poking this turn if they can find switch outs. Do they have any extra ball search to get any Polties into play? There is a level ball. Have to imagine this is going to be a Sinisty. No, more Dedenne, so they might have research in hand. There is a Sinisty, and that is exactly research. Okay, great catcher hits the bin, so not trying to bring up Oricorio for a potential easier prize. They're at 100 damage right now, if they can find switch out. Here's Great Ball for Guru. Guru giving them one last wisdom to find a switch out and protect around potential Marnie plays. Let's see. Can play around Mawile as well. Ooh, Fione, okay. So chose not to great catcher, but does instead Fione us. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Have to imagine it's pretty easy for us to get out of this. The one thing that's awkward is we play ropes now, so roping Dedenne out of the active isn't ideal for us. There's another Sinisty, so a pretty good setup for them, but no attack, no early game damage. There's the water, which is a load off my mind. We can go ahead and thin a couple cards here. We can get rid of ADP, and then I can go ahead and Mawile if I want to, or I can just take another Pokemon out of the deck. I might take up a Zacian out of the deck and save the Mawiles for later. And we're looking for Balloon, Switch, or 3 Rope after this research. It can all go. Wow, that's a crazy whiff. That is a crazy whiff. Draw 1 for Salvation. Never Salvation. Alright. Very lucky they get the free turn here. Extremely lucky, to be honest. They can start getting more mad parties in the bin. If they can reach to 220, it would be a really good turn for them. They're going to Wisdom first. Palpad for a research for highest odds possible for a T-break by the looks of things. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 right now. Are they getting anywhere? May not be. Ah, so Payment of Retreat is the play to get some damage in. Much better with a boss. This is a much better play. It's denying Ultimate Ray for me. Let's get our water energy down, and I could just boss GX. It forces an extra switch out. We know that they don't really have supporter in hand. So this is trying to buy back the turn that he just got for free. And maybe even discarding more energies could be awkward for him because 3 down already. Quick Ball's not super helpful for them. They can get an extra T-break in for 2 cards. There's a Bunnelby to hand. You can draw 2. Let's see. Attaching to the bench, so they draw a supporter. Otherwise, they just retreat and hit, right? Oh, they have Balloon. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Yeah, so 140 right now. They need to have 1 more T-break or 1 more Quick Ball or something like that. There is the Palkia. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So they have got the KO now. So, in order to win this race, we have to boss, or boss Great Catcher, or something similar. We have our Oricorio, and we have Great Catcher in the deck. So let's draw our 3 cards. Skylar's pretty good. Eldegoss is in here, Dedenne's in here, 2 more bosses orders are in here. We can be losing potentially to Giovanni's Exile KO here. It's a little bit yikes, but still have to make this play. There's no other play available. These are probably our 2 weakest cards. Balloon Boy can go. Saucer can now be played. And the rest is held. Let's see if they can dig enough to exile. They're basically at the bottom of their deck, so they do have that option to exile away Dedenne. It's just they may draw enough cards that I can Mawile the other one down. But they can Guru to protect around it, so they may be safe here. We'll see, we'll see. A lot of ifs and buts here. Also, having seen one Mawile, they may not even play around a second Wink. They may just put like Oranguru for boss on top or something similar. So the KO is established, that's not the problem. They may look to KO Oricorio to deny draw from me. They may look to KO Zacian so that Wily Bite's out of range of Dedenne if they can't exile. Ah, there is the exile. Okay. Guru also go in. See ya. Alright, so we're trying to go for big. 2, 4, 6, 18, 12, 14, 16, 18. 20 if I take the KO here. Big Mawile plays. Let's see. Crobat's here. So now we're going for Oricorio win condition. For Gust for game. We can thin the deck of one card. And we can draw our 3. Quick Balls are solid. Boss is solid. Obviously. All of the cards we wanted. Right, let's... Yeah, second Eldegoss. Oh, sorry, second Mawile doing the business. Playing around that exile like a genius. GX boss once again. Just saying. This deck is gross. Oricorio, you genius. You genius, Oricorio. Nice. Another win. We've kind of had our back against the wall, but we've drawn enough cards to get over the line. I mean, that was a game where we missed turn 2 GX as well. Typically, the game plan of ADP should be good enough to beat Mad Party, but you're in panic stations when you miss that early GX. Let's see. The hand is reasonable for turn 1. Another Mad Party, okay. I think I'm going attach active, balloon, and just bat for a couple here. We do get Zacian, which is really nice. We're not against a deck that plays Marnie too often, so I may just spin a water out here and then Intrepid. It's really weak if I don't find a Ball Search card, but if I find out ADP, it's super good. Maybe I should just hold it. Let's just hold it. Do I want to retreat out of Mawile? Do I think he can reach 170? Or 180? Which is 9 Mad Partiers. That has to be an insane hand. I'm probably ripping Research anyway next turn. But having that extra out would be so annoying if I just whiffed. Alright, let's just hit the sword. Energy is nice. We'll take. We don't hit the out to ADP just yet. But the turn's reasonable. Let's see what they can come up with. Gonna kick things off with Great Ball. There's a rhyme. That's going to turn into something else, potentially. No, Dedenne is becoming a different card. So the hand is decent if they're tossing away Dedennes into the deck. Might mean they already have Research in hand. Here comes the squad. This is going to be squad goals turn 1, I think. That's 2 Rhyme and a Dedenne already hitting the discard. And a Sinistea. Wow, what a nice opener. 2, 4, 6 so far. With enough Ball Search cards, they could get to 9 with a Dedenne change as well. Still need to find Energy drop, but still. More level balls coming in now. Alright, Sinistea. So they're going for the development approach rather than the deep dive for the 9 high roll. They do hit the twin anyway, though, so they can hit us for the 60. That's a lot of E-switches that we're having to discard here. Not happy about it. Do I just Wily Bite a Sinistea instead? Or Wily Bite a Bunnelby instead? It can allow me to go 1-3-2 if we weave in a GX at a later turn. I could also Brave Blade through this guy and have a chunky Pokemon again to buy back a turn. Oh, it's so rough. Because basically I just don't want to research away this whole hand and then just not have the ADP play. I think the Zacian play is actually the strongest here. Because I just think it's a hard push for him to hit 220 next turn. The upside of me attaching to Mawile, though, is that I can get Oricorio value. I go KO, Oricorio, hope to GX the next turn. No, it's just so weird. Okay. Lots of weirdness going on with this hand. It's like a really particular combination that makes me not want to research. I mean, maybe I still do research now. Maybe I just drop Oricorio and still research. Because I'm not looking for the E-switch plays anymore. I'm looking for switch plays for next turn now. It's wonky, though. We do have switch for next turn. It's going to be hard for us to weave in ADP this game. For at least a couple turns. Kind of wonky. There's the twin. Palpad coming in for the early research again. And just another research to boot. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So they need 12, 14, 16, 18, 200. So they need 6 more this turn from a big Dedenne change and potential T-breaks. It's actually in range. You know, it's not ridiculous for him to get it. Quick balling a Mew isn't bad for me. Because it's not a mad partier. That's 120 right now. Let's see how far off they are right now. Another level ball, so more T-breaks potentially. Which scares me. Okay, Bunnelby. Pre-Dedenne? Ah, they have the other T-break in hand. They still can have Great Catchers in here as well. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So a Great Catcher can knock out Mawile. Quick Ball Dedenne. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs. More bunnies. So they have the Dedenne already. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Ah, they don't have Dedenne in hand. Or they're choosing not to put down Dedenne. which is also super reasonable. They're just going to swing. Okay, nice. Water allows me to GX here, because I can Skylar for the E-switch and change the tempo back to ADP land. Man, Skylar's so good in this deck. Would I prefer to rope? I guess it may make him play a Dedenne or a Crobat, because there's already a few energy committed. Yeah, let's play rope. Decent time for it. So now that we've GX'd, our prize map is going to be take a 2 prize KO here, then Mawile drag something down. And boss it. Or if they're having to dig for switch outs or energy here, we can play that boss Ultimate Ray game plan. Alright, they have the Great Catcher, so they're probably taking out Oricorio. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So no, they're shy on damage, so they have to go the Mawile here. And they're going to research, okay. I'm going to break some tea. The hand size is growing quite substantially. We're at 180. I'm going to be drawing 2 more prizes, or 2 more cards for from the KO here. They're going to develop another Sinisty. Let's see. Yeah, Mad Party for the KO. All right. I want to allow him to grow his hand size even more, I think. Unless we top deck more while I'll boss now. And then I'll Oricorio first. Okay, so we do draw Dedenne. And Dedenne is one of those cards that allows me to go fishing. So I'm going to attach Dedenne Change here. And see what we get on the other side of this hand. We do draw Boss, we do draw Quick Ball, so we're going to dance here. The hand size is pretty large. They haven't played any Dedennes yet. So it's super likely that we get the Mawile play off this turn. Ah, we don't have the other Mawile in deck, so I need to make the Mawile play next turn. Alright, fine. That's not a problem, as long as I take it off prizes. So it's a less than 50-50 if I take it off prizes. What else can I be doing here? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Do I want to KO a Palkia just to give him less draws? It gives me less boss, which I don't like the sound of. They can play random 1 stamp sometimes. Let's play this card just to have it played. I think I'll do the same thing for Crobat here, actually. Or sorry, Air Balloon. Yeah, I think we're just hoping that the Mawile is taken off prizes here. I don't think there's any other route for us in the race. I could Eldegoss Marnie, make it harder for them to find boss, perhaps. They have got rid of a lot of their teacups. Yeah, Eldegoss Marnie is also reasonable. It's putting a lot of our Gust to the bottom of the deck, but I can reset an Oricorio again. So we can go for this Marnie play, I think, fairly comfortably. It's not ideal, but we're trying to make it hard for him to KO the ADP now. And have Gust, you know. I do want to reset the top of this deck so we can quick ball. And then we'll reset anyway with the ultimate ray. We'll power up Float Up just in case. We'll pop an energy onto Dedenne because he's more likely to gust up Oricorio for a KO. Let's see if Mawile's off the prizes. Never lucky. So we can only win in 2 turns at best. We're hoping that they're forced to Dedenne change to find boss here. They're going to grab a Mad Partier to T-break onto. Seven in hand. I think no bosses played just yet, and no great catchers. Oh, one great catcher played. Ah, he has the boss without needing to Dedenne change. That's really bad for me. That's really bad for me. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26 with the KO. And I can't hand disrupt him again here. That's our only Marnie. So it's super likely that he just beats us now. What can I do? I can float up into ADP. Is that stronger than just going for Ultimate Ray? Not super sure. Yeah, it's really awkward that we just prized our second. We started Mawile, prized Mawile, and that's our win condition here. Like, typically you just drag something down and go for Gust game. I mean, even then our board state's not correct for it, but we were forced to Eldegoss because of our prizes. So we would have just been there. I will play around Escape Rope, I guess, just in case. And we'll just swing. We lose to a T-break and we lose to the boss, so we've probably just lost the game. Yeah, insane that Mad Party was able to forego any batting or Dedenne-ing. That's really solid for them. Last prize, Mawile. You hate to see it. Roxy combo for game. You love to see that. Busted. Nice. Okay. Like I said, I do think we're still pretty favored into the MP matchup. It's just a rare sight where they're able to continue with pretty good tempo, not needing to put down Dedes and Bats. We also didn't do turn 2 GX standard stuff. We did a random Brave Blade KO, which is not what you're hoping to do. Kind of pigeonholed us into making that push for more Mawile play where it was prized. Alright, another decent start for us. No energy in hand just yet, but we can do some digging with Bat if we want to. See, a couple Jirachis. I think I actually want to Dedenne change the whole lot instead. Because I want a bigger push towards energy. Let's Dedenne change the lot. Rather than ADP and Bat for like 2 cards. We whiff anyway, which is lovely. Ah, we even whiff off the sword. That is gross. That is gross. Terrible turn. Never lucky. We play the 11 energy 2 spinner. Sometimes it just goes hiding. We're up against another Urshifu here. Really bad to not have early attachment against Urshifu. They are very high tempo. And we don't really have many comeback mechanics. Ooh, a couple... Wow, they wanted to attach a basic energy rather than the rapid strike energies. So that tells me he's going for turn 2 dojo plays or something similar. That's weird though. Rapid flow is certainly a win condition in this matchup. Or it's almost mandatory to win the matchup. I mean, I'm not really popping off with my turn, so he's probably going to get away with it, but still. Surprising. Come on. Alright, typically we are able to Ultimate Ray. So typically this is fine. I can't switch now either, because then I am just getting poked twice. I think I need to leave Zacian active to sponge a Gale Thrust. See ya. Certainly want to limit his hand, because our hand is terrible, so we'll try and cheese him a little bit here. We fail to cheese him. So he has the turn 2 VMAX potential rapid flow plays. He just needs to find switch outs. We're also likely getting Mani'd, but it means he's not going to be bossing us, which is the good news in theory. Alright, let's just hit the sword button. We have the perfect turn 1, but it's on turn 2. And by perfect, I mean we still got rid of 3 sources. Hee. Not good. There's the rapid, there's the wish. There's the switch out that he needs, so he can quick ball, then calm, then make the VMAX, then switch, then Marnie. That's what we're going to see here. Quick ball anything, turn it into a bigger one, then play the switch, then Gale Thrust. Or he could just go for the rapid flow early. The proactive flow is pretty intimidating, because he can then Ziggy Gale Thrust. So yeah, actually I think proactive flow is correct, to be honest. Especially with the Marnie. Flow these 2 chaps, then look for Gale Thrust Ziggy. We're just so... Oh my god, that hand is terrible. That's going to be all bosses gone. Oh no, I can't even Dedenne change, because it's here. I think we're just in that scoop stage. He can proactively zig if he wants to. Depends on how strong his hand is. He could just top up his hand with Crobats and Dedenne. No, he's actually going to fail search, which doesn't make any sense to me. I think you at least take the... Oh, wow, he's Gale Thrusting. That's super good for us. If only our hand wasn't complete trash, I could punish it. If only. Okay. Taken a lot of turns doing Nout. 3 turns doing Nout. With no sources in the back either. Can communicate now for a second VMAX. So there's no easy prizes for me. Or grab that Zig if he wants to. Not looking looking good. Not looking good. Stellar Wish coming in. I'm going to grab another switch card here. Switching for more wishes. There's Scoop Up Nets. Not super sure what they're digging for here. They've just wished for cards to put their Jirachis back down, basically. They're going to Rapid Flow. Okay. Alright, so I still need to GX. They're basically 5 prizes up on us. So this comeback that we need. Yes, this comeback that we need. Let's draw 3 cards first. Nothing that a few additional cards can't fix. Alright, I could go for proactive bosses orders now and try and make it hard for him to have switch in hand plus outs to Zignet. I guess it's so easy for him to just retreat and attach to this one anyway. So that makes no sense. I may do a wacky play, which is just Skylar for Spinner this turn, so I can Saucer the bench Zacian and Spinner next turn to then be able to Mawile boss. It's a kind of whack play, but it makes sense in my head. He's always hitting the ADP, so I can balloon up this. And then we'll hit the GX button, I think. Or am I just trying to get through the 2 Urshis? I mean, if I GX now, no, I don't have enough sources to actually do the GX attack play. So we're actually going to go a different path here. Yeah, I should have Skylar for something different, actually. Let's actually just toss the Spinner that I got. Yeah, that was a bad Skylar. I should have thought better about my path this game. ADP is going to go down, and I'm just hoping that the dogs can keep us in the game. It's going to be hard to do, though. We'll see. We'll see if we can do it. Alright, let's just Ray. We're still... I mean, we're so many turns away now. Whatever. We're 3 attacks away, and he can be 1, 2 away, and I have no hand disruption. So my Skylar should have been for Ball Search, so I could grab Marnie next turn with Eldegoss. That was my best way to win. Oh, Cheryl is just game in a million ways. We lose so much here. It's insane. Turns out turn 4, choosing not to GX rather than do anything is not the path here. Man, we're getting wrecked. Even ADP can brick, you know? Even ADP can brick. Let's see if there's any win condition here. 1, 2, 3, 4 fighting energies played, 3 nets played. Am I ever making random stall plays to win the game? That would be something. They even have more deck cards than me, so that's not really happening. Unless I can do weird float up stuff to put more cards back into my deck. I can play the Marnie and hit. This is really hopeful at this stage, though. They still have wishes. They've only played 1 boss. I actually don't know if trying to trap a Zigzagoon is a higher win rate here. Sounds so bad, but it could be still a higher win rate than the play we've just made. Backs against the wall plays. You love to see it. Right, we're back to 3 turns away, boys. Beautiful. We lose to any boss. At any time. Any place. Anywhere. Only one played, by the way. They can Quick Ball. They can Chandra Dedenne. Yep. We should be dead many times over here. Marnie. That's not what you want. You can deadly change that away. They should have switched into this because it has Air Balloon anyways. I mean, regardless, we're dead. Yeah. Well played. Well, that's ADP. We had some bricky games there, to be fair. I mean, we didn't have... How many games did we actually have the ADP-GX stream? Like, the first 2 games, everything went swimmingly, and then the last 2 games, everything pretty much went to pot, where we had to weave in a Zacian hit before the Ultimate Ray, and then that game we were just miles away. Like an embarrassing amount away. Our early game Dedenne change got us no energy, nor did the sword. And then I couldn't find pivot for the ADP the following turn. So yeah, let me know how you go with ADP. I still feel like it's question mark the strongest deck. No, I think it's the second strongest deck in the format, but it's really high performing and there's obvious reasons as to why. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in another video tomorrow. Cheers.